What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Field with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joe, the Juggernaut Joyce. Kash Ali in play for March 16th in Birmingham. After the success of the stacked Magnificent 7 show last November, Queensberry looked to continue the winning formula by promoting another multi-title card in Birmingham, March 16th. European super bantamweight Liam Davis, British middleweight champion Nathan Heaney, and former British super middleweight champion Zach Parker are all rumored to be in action on the show, but the bill has also received an injection of heavyweight glamour. After suffering 2 back-to-back defeats by Zhilei Zhang, news reports that Joe Joyce, which is 15-2-14, will fight Kash Ali, which is 21-2-12. The past 12 months couldn't have gone much worse for Joe Joyce. Began in 2023 as the WBO's interim champion, and he lost them both back-to-back, one in the 6th round and then the other one in the 3rd round KO. Okay? And he comes in as a good part of the lineup. And let me counterpunch. I'm glad to see him back. I'm not mad about Kash Ali. I never heard of Kash Ali, to be honest with you, but that's okay. I'm looking at his box rec right now. His losses were from David Price. Okay, so you know that's big boy David Price. High on the knockout percentages. 20 knockouts, 25 wins. And he lost disqualification, and then his other loss off points was to Bogdan Myronets from the Ukraine. Okay. And okay, so it's a good thing for Joe. I think Joe needs some fights like that from guys we haven't heard of, because Joe was on a roll. In fact, understand something about Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce took a gamble and he lost. Joe Joyce did something that he didn't necessarily have to do. Joe Joyce did something that throwback fighters did. That's how those throwback fighters got losses, fighting the best fighters, fighting the dangerous fighters, fighting the most competitive fighters. Those guys. Joe Joyce is amongst those guys. So I give him full credit, okay? Simply because he did things that people didn't have to do, but he did anyway. He tried. You know what I mean? So that's what a fighter does. They challenge themselves, and I got to respect him. But he lost back-to-back by that guy that he did challenge. So this requires cleanup. This requires maintenance. This requires reconstruction. So I think in doing so, he needs someone like Kash Ali. Why not? You know what I mean? And I think he needs to get his confidence back, get in the W column again, and I think he needs maybe a couple of these back to back and get him right back in action to get him, maybe come with somebody else, but he's fought some credible people. You know what I mean? So definitely Joe Joyce is a guy that I didn't really expect him to quit, you know what I mean? Because the way the heavyweight division is going, you're a fight away, especially if you get in one of these tournament style, blessing circles that, yeah, you don't know how Joe Joyce will come out, because, Zhilei Zhang could lose to Parker. He's already beat Parker, right? So listen, boxing is not what people think it is. Boxing, I think, was ruined. The perception of boxing was ruined by a particular person, that thought that if you lose, you're done. No, I think the person, based on his reputation, and I'm talking about Floyd Money Mayweather, if he would have lost, he was finished. But he knew that he didn't want to lose or put himself in a situation to ever lose. Not because he's that fucking good. It's because he knew, I'm going to pick this guy because I know I can beat this guy. You know what I mean? They're going to bend to my will because I'm Floyd Mayweather. They're going to do these things because I'm me. And the preaching and the teachings of Floyd Mayweather is to try to take these fighters and build up fights and not allow them to fight anybody and not allow them to, you know, take a loss, which in this point, a lot of those fighters have taken losses. But, you know, the losses came just due to stalling because Mayweather and Al Heyman, they did not want those fighters to get beat. You know, if it worked for Floyd, it'll work for anyone else. But then again, for one, not everybody is talented as Floyd. For two, you know, not everybody is good as picking fights as those guys were back in the day. You know, because eventually in order to make some money, some real money, like close to, you know, life-changing money, you're going to have to fight someone that may be able to change your life. You know, so Joe Joyce, I think, is one of those guys that never considered retirement, which he shouldn't. You know, 2 losses back to back by one person. You've been beat by one person in your life, and and it's not over for him. He just needs to stay strong, stay focused, stay encouraged, and I look forward to the fight just to support Joe, the Juggernaut Joyce. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Joe Joyce fighting Kash Ali. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!